right. All right. What's going on, everybody? DB4 here. Welcome back to the channel. And welcome back to some more PIXELMON, Minecraft PIXELMON. And honestly, I wasn't even sure how I was going to start this video. We've had a little bit of a disaster happen since the last episode. Now, I was doing a lot of inventory management. I was putting some things away. I was sorting some things out. And everything was fine. I was just about ready to start recording the episode. I had some time to myself, so I took some time off, took a little break, and I went and loaded up the game. And there was a brand new update. And I was super excited because I figured, hey, a new update, that might make things better for the series. And if you pay attention to the right side of our screen, you'll notice that little icon that looks like a card. So I did some research about this update because I wasn't even sure if I was even going to download the update. And I realized that this update is actually the PIXELMON trading card game update. Now, this is hands down an amazing update for this game. I definitely think this update would add a lot to this PIXELMON series itself, but we had a tragedy. When I originally installed the update, I was having some issues with the update going all the way through. So I opted to kind of go through with the update anyway. And then when I loaded this world up, I noticed that it was in vanilla Java edition. And what that meant is that's when a disaster happened. Every single PIXELMON item that was loaded in this world around every chunk around me was deleted. So let me explain to you what that means. I basically lost every single item in the game that I've gathered so far up into this episode that's associated with the PIXELMON mod pack. Now, I was able to shut down the world immediately so I don't lose anything else. And then I fixed it. The update kind of fixed itself. And then when I reloaded the game, everything was sort of back to normal. But what I noticed was every item associated with PIXELMON was still gone. So that includes all of the elevators. As you can see, that's the first thing I noticed, that my elevator blocks were missing. And that's when I realized the disaster had struck. Now, we still have all the blocks associated with Minecraft. Every single block associated with Minecraft we still have. Now, that's the only saving grace. But if we take a look at over here, every single other block associated with PIXELMON is gone. Whether it was in a chest or whatever, it's not here. If we go in here and look at our array, our anvils are gone. This anvil is still here because I guess they used the regular anvil model to create this. But our mechanical anvils are deleted. Every single apricot we collected is gone. All the cooked apricons are gone. All of our Pokemon held items. We just lost every single thing that loaded up in that one instant. I think I had the world loaded for about 2 minutes because I fell down this hole. I pulled it up and I realized disaster struck. So I tried to force crash the world so it wouldn't save. It saved and updated anyway. So I ended up losing every single item that's associated with PIXELMON. But the damage goes a little further than that. I did some research online and I realized that this is something that's common that happens with these older versions of Minecraft and these updates. So I went to look around and looked at the chunks that were loaded, and I even lost everything associated that's inside these Pokemon centers. As you can see, I lost all of our medical items, every single one. We lost all of our Pokemon healers, so this is not even in a Pokemon center anymore. This is just a place with empty chests. We lost our Poke Healer, and then I was realizing, wow, that means how bad is the damage? So what I did was, if you take a look at our map, I did some running around. Now, you can even tell the map looks funny. This, if you see the discoloration on this map, it basically tells you the route that I ran to check the damage. I ran up this route. The map is going to fix itself eventually when I go back over these points of interest, but for now, it just gives you a perfect idea of the range of the damage. I ran up this route, excuse me, to check this village. In this village, as you can see, it has sort of the vanilla map texture. All of the Pokemon items are removed from this village as well, meaning the Nurse Joy that was inside this Pokemon Center is no longer there. This Pokemon Center does not have a healer in it as well. One of the shopkeepers are missing inside this shop. I think one of them was out the chunk and one of them were in. Basically, everything from like this little sector was deleted. Everything back. Because the gym seems to be unaffected. This seems to be unaffected. These graveyards are, they spawn back in. And I ran over to this town. This town is a little bit further out of the range, and this town is completely unaffected. So we still have this entire Pokemon Center with the Nurse Joy and everything in it. This shop is unaffected. But we have half of this shop got deleted, and everything inside this Pokemon Center was deleted. So that's the extent of the damage on the world map. Now, if we look at the items that we lost, let's run back in the house so we don't get, caught up with these Pokemon out here. Like I said, we lost every single item associated with PIXELMON, even the items associated with the side mods. Now, I did have the Traveler's Backpack side mod, so every single item that was in those backpacks got deleted along with the backpacks. And even when I reinstalled the backpack mod, it didn't bring my backpacks back. So I have no backpacks. So those are 3 backpacks that I lost. I can replace those. Some of the items that were in the backpacks, doesn't really matter. I'm just glad I didn't lose my tools. I managed to take my tools out of my backpack before I did the update, and that's the only saving grace. I didn't have my fishing rod in my backpack. I didn't have any of my high level Minecraft tools in my backpack, so I was able to keep those. That's the only saving grace. And I think the most valuable item I lost, that's like almost, I wouldn't say it's irreplaceable, but it's going to be hard to get back. I went through the item list, as you can see with the JEI mod. I went through the item list just to see the damage, the extent of the damage with, based on what I lost. I lost a few Pokeballs, no Master Balls, so we can replace all of these. We still got our Apricot farm, so that's not a big deal. The main thing I lost that I'm upset about is most of the held items. I think I had almost every single held item for every Pokemon type, minus a few of the key ones, that are for certain Pokemon types. I'm going to go over it with you guys in a second. I'm just trying to find it. Yeah, here we go. All of these items, like the black belt for fighting types, I had all of the items. I think I was missing 4 of them. I was missing the silver bottle for bug types. I was missing the spell tag, the black glasses, and the fairy wand. That's the only 4 I was missing. I had every other one. And I had a lot of the unique held items that only can be held by certain Pokemon. Even the light ball for Pikachu. I'm real disappointed about these. These items are completely random, and it's kind of hard to track them down, but we'll get them back. I lost a few of these plates. I had about 6 plates of the different types. I lost a bunch of gems. All of this stuff is replaceable. The most valuable item I think I lost had to be probably the Life Orb and the Porygon head. I lost the Porygon head. That was a very valuable item. And the Power Band and the Power Lens. These are very valuable items that I lost. Because these involve, these are for your EV training. I'm real upset about those. These are hard items to track down and get. So I would say the most valuable items I lost was the Power Lens, Power Band, the Porygon head, and the Life Orb. Everything else I can get back fairly easy. We lost a few rare candies, not the end of the world. We can get those back, especially when we start ramping up our PIXELMON progress. We lost all of our fishing rods. We lost all of our evolution stones. We can get those back fairly easy. I'm real disappointed in my berry collection disappearing because we had all of the proper EV berries. We had the proper healing berries we wanted to start farming, and we had a great collection of, just berries in general. So we're going to have to do another berry hunt. Now, honestly, I was real split on whether or not we were going to continue this series. We just about only completed one goal, and that goal was build the starter house. We was just about finished with that goal, and we were going to move on to the Pallet Town goal. And I wasn't sure if I was even going to continue because I've been doing a lot more research, and I realized that 1.16 version of PIXELMON is coming out real soon. Now, I'm not sure how soon. They're being real vague about the exact time frame. Look, even my chairs are gone. Even my stools are gone. Even my furniture is gone. This is insane. My refrigerators, everything is gone. Yeah, they're being real vague about the exact time frame that they're going to release the 1.16 version, but I was just wondering if we're even going to continue the series, and I've decided we're definitely going to continue. And when they release the 1.16 version of PIXELMON, I guess we'll start. If we're not done with all of these goals, I guess we'll probably start up a fresh series or season 2 of when 1.16 comes out, because I'm definitely going to try that out and see what's going on with that. But I'll definitely try and complete the goal of Pallet Town before we move on completely to 1.16 and shut this world down. But, you know, we are behind. We do have a lot of ground to cover, but I'm going to do a lot of grinding off camera as far as getting, you know, a lot of the house stuff back in order. I'm going to do a lot of that stuff off camera. And, you know, we're going to have to just go exploring and get a lot of these items back. I'm going to let that stuff happen naturally. I'm going to do a lot of the Pokeball grinding off camera, you know, with the apricot farms and things like that. I'll rebuild all of this stuff off camera to get us back to where we were. And I'll do a lot of apricot farming, a lot of Pokeball crafting. I'm going to try to get like a good amount of Pokeballs, probably about 2 stacks of each Pokeball type that I like to use. And then we'll just go from there. Yeah, this is a tragedy if I never seen one. So this is not even going to be a full episode. I just wanted to break down exactly what happened and let you guys know of the disaster that we're dealing with. And don't worry, we're going to continue the series. The good thing is, the only saving grace is we didn't lose our progress on our tools. That took the most time. All of the Pokemon items that we lost, we can get those back. I wouldn't say easy, but we can get them back as we play. You know, every town we loot is going to slowly but surely get us back to where we were. And actually, I would even say this. For most of the medical items that I lost, because, you know, we had tons of potions and things like that, elixirs and things that we're going to need to face these gyms. What I would do, since we're going to be mainly Pokeball farming for a while before we start the next episode, what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow myself to sell Pokeballs to the Pokemart and try to recover items back that way, at least the medical items, so I can get a jump start on that. And I'll purchase as many of the other Pokemon related items I can from these shopkeepers. I wasn't going to allow myself to do that at all, because I'm not going to say it's cheesy. It's definitely something you can do in real Pokemon, and it's something you can do inside. You should be able to do inside PIXELMON, but I wanted to earn my money, you know, with battles and gym trainers and things like that, and doing quests, and then I would purchase stuff from the shopkeepers with the money that I earned. But since we got set so far behind, I think I'll permit, at least for a little while, selling a few stacks of Pokeballs to get a bunch of money so I can buy a lot of medical items and things like that from the shopkeepers that we do have available. And if you've been following the series, you know we didn't get any OP shopkeepers. Like, I think we got one shopkeeper that has TMs. And I won't be buying the TMs just yet. I'm only going to buy the healing items and the food items to get our stuff back up to snuff. So, you know, stuff like that I'll buy. But if you've been paying attention to the shopkeepers, we didn't get any OP shopkeepers. Most of the shopkeepers we got just sell mail and stuff like that. So we won't be like blasting through any progress, anything. It'll just be a good way for us to get semi back to where we were. We'll still have to find all of the Pokemon items out in the wild. We'll do a lot more hunting. And actually, I'm thinking I'm going to go all the way back up to that ice region and try to get some more Poke loot. You know, I'm going to do a lot of that stuff still on camera. We're going to continue the journey. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put the production and the building of Pallet Town, I'm going to kind of speed it up a notch. I had kind of a time frame on when I wanted to get that thing completed, because it's a lot of work we have to do, a lot of resources we have to do, and I wanted to do a lot of Pokemon stuff in between, because, you know, even though we're building Pallet Town, that's mainly Minecraft content. It's a build. It's going to take a lot of work, a lot of resource gathering, so I wanted to do a lot of PIXELMON Pokemon slash stuff in between that. But I think what I'm going to opt to do is, you know, hypercharge the production of Pallet Town so we can get that complete before 1.16 drops. I don't want to have a situation where 1.16 is out, we're just about ready to shut this world down, and we don't have at least Pallet Town built. Now, as far as the other goals, we'll talk about that after Pallet Town is built, but I at least want to start beating some of the gyms and get Pallet Town built before we move on at all. So with that being said, I think we'll decide on that later. But I just want to give you guys a heads up about the tragedy. Don't worry. We lost a little bit, but we'll get it all back. I promise. We're not going to give up. We're never going to give up. As long as we have our Pokemon, as long as we have our pickaxes and our tools, we're good. Well, let me not say that. As long as we have the will to continue, we will. I just wanted to make this video and give you guys a heads up. I'm not sure when I'm going to release this because I do record these videos ahead of time to give myself some time. There's a lot of production that goes into these videos. So I do record them ahead of time to give myself enough time to produce the videos and have them out in a timely manner. So I'm not sure when this video is going to actually go live, but you know, I'm going to put it out probably when the last episode I just recorded release. I'll put this out. If anything happens in between time, I might put this video out, you know, before we get to this point in time in the future. And there's going to be a lot of spoilers here, but you know, it is what it is. But with that being said, I just want to give you guys a heads up. So this is not an official video. This is more of a PSA / information video. The next video will start with the next sequence of numbers in a little bit, and we'll be back with business as usual. So with that being said, I got a lot of catching up to do. I want to thank everybody for all the support. That really was a deciding factor on whether or not I was even going to continue. I thought about all the supporters. I thought about all of you guys and all the great comments I've been getting and all the love I've been getting on the series. And I said, wait, I can't quit just because of a download error, just because of an upload mistake. We can't give up. We got to build Pallet Town. So it's thanks to you guys that we're going to continue. So I really, really, really appreciate all the support. You will never understand how much. But with that being said, it's your boy DB4, and I'm out.